Okay, friends, I hope everyone is very well today. I have a very special dear friend and guest to share his story and his journey about doing a cleanse. And one reason I want to have Greg here today is because he's done a couple cleanses with us and he's really followed through really well with them and reached his goal of losing around 30 pounds or so. And I realize that this is one of the reasons people come into cleanses. It's not the main reason we do the cleanse, but it is one of the side benefits of it. And I appreciate Greg, his effort and his sensitivity and willingness to go into a cleanse and to do this work. So, Greg, thank you for being here. Greg Wheeler, yes, a very renowned life coach and uncoupling teacher for people in relationships. So he's a good person to connect with around those things as well. So, Greg, thank you for coming today to speak and just share a little bit about your motivation, intention behind doing cleanses, and some of the things that may have helped support your success with them.
Well, thank you, Maharishi. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you. And, your work and having known you for quite a few years now, has changed my life for the better. And so if my helping share about my journey can help others, I'm very happy to do it.
Fantastic. So, can you just mention a couple of things that may have helped you during the cleanse keep up? So, we're talking about the 40-day spring cleanse in particular, which is long. It's really long to do a cleanse. Most people do cleanse for maybe 10 days or 2 weeks or so. 40 days, the reason we do it for 40 days, this particular one, is to really create a sustainable approach to our health. And it's a transition. We make a transition into the cleanse and going deeper into it over time. As you know, we do 7 days of liquids and such. And so anyway, just anything you want to share about how you were able to keep up, what your intentions were, the most important aspects of doing the cleanse for you?
Oh, that's wonderful. And it's a journey. And so my intention for doing it is that I'll be honest. I think at the time that I did it, I was around 67 or so, a time in my life when I wanted to set myself up to have high energy and a high quality of life going forward. And I had some extra weight. And so I really decided that I wanted to love myself enough, to care for myself enough, to make a commitment to go through the cleanse. I mean, if this is your first cleanse that you're considering doing, you've often heard about cleanses from other people, and so had I. I had done a few of them little, but this one I took really seriously because I wanted to maximize the benefits from it. So I just leaned into it, and the way the cleanse is set up, structured, you get all the help and advice that you need. You get recipes, you get shopping lists, and there's a lot of moral and spiritual support along the way. You're in a community, so you really feel connected to others. And so not only do you have your own intention, but you share them with the group, and the group can supports you, and you support others in the group with achieving their intentions. So it's a very powerful way to get help and support to really kind of launch you into a healthier way of living and feeling. So, because I had dabbled with some cleanses in the past, I knew the potential was there, but the one where I lost about 30 pounds, I just really made a commitment to take it seriously because I wanted those benefits for myself. And it worked. It worked just like I was told it was going to work.
Yeah. Great, Greg. Yeah, so in experiencing the cleansing with you, what inspired me to really have this conversation is noticing how when you do a cleanse, of course, there's going to be ups and downs, life, all different things are happening in life, with family or the world or whatever, can derail it. And so what I noticed for you was you really kind of recommitting, going deeper into your commitment to it, being very decisive, I felt, about how you wanted to go through it and complete it. And that's one of the things I do want to emphasize for people is if people do stay with it, they will reach their goals. And of course, it's not just about losing weight. It's, the biomarkers of blood tests and all those things change. Inflammation goes down, vitality goes up. And anyway, if you could remark a little bit about your process of, staying committed.
Well, I've I've taken on a lot of challenges in my life. I've taken on new sports. I'm a skier. I took on disc golf, and I also took on a career change and learned a whole new way in terms of getting certified to become a Kundalini yoga teacher, and but more importantly, to become a coach to help other people go through difficult relationship transitions. And so I realized that sometimes if you want something, you really have to commit. You have to do the work. And while it may feel a little uncomfortable or there may be some emotional or mental resistance to it,
Mm,
that's all it is. It's just resistance.
mm,
So, um, this is going to sound corny, but nothing succeeds like success. And so the more success, the longer you're in it, the more you do it, and the more you persevere, the
mm,
more it becomes easier, and the more you can take on more and go a little further. So I had some life experience to help me with that belief, with that ability to commit and to hang in there. And yeah, sometimes you need to take a breather. Sometimes you need to take a day of rest. Sometimes you need, but then you recommit. And
mm,
because And it really helps if you can commit to loving yourself. If
mm,
you can honor the desire to be happy, to be healthy, to have that additional vibration, to add years to your life.
mhm,
Um, so so you're doing it for yourself, which a lot of people don't do that enough. They do things for other people a lot, and they'll move mountains to help other people. But when you're doing a cleanse, you're kind of moving a mountain for yourself, and you
mhm,
deserve that. So that was what enabled me to commit and to stay
mhm.
committed.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, I think you hit the core there when you touched about self-love and self-honoring. I mean, it's really what it's about. I mean, I think sometimes people think there's self-love through overindulgence, but that's really not the same. I think self-discipline, in a balanced, compassionate way is a greater form of self-love than just feeding indulgence and pleasures on and on. So I think that's the key, really, is honoring oneself enough to be able to go through some challenges with any type of healing process. And I really appreciate that. And also, I think you had mentioned another time how a sense of curiosity was important for you and continuing.
Yeah. So one of the things that's an important foundation in the coaching work that I do is that if you can have an awareness to be in curiosity about things, then things that happen in your life that are difficult or stressful or sometimes even traumatic can be amazing learning experiences. If you have the ability to be in curiosity and say, well, what was my part in co-creating that?
Mm,
And being able to then say, okay, well, I can now understand that. And I don't want to do that anymore. So then going forward, you take a slightly different approach and you honor that learning. And I think that that's an important part in Kundalini Yoga, as we learn and we grow and we take on more. Uh, but a lot of it has to do with applying it for ourselves, that
Mhm.
learning from our challenges. And so, yeah, you're right, Maharishi. I did do that during the cleanse. I said, well, other people have done this. Let's see. I'm just going to hang in here a little longer, see what happens. And I
Mhm.
was I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, you inspired me, that's for sure. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, when one person keeps up and stays strong with something, I think that ripples out to everybody else. I know you were inspiring everybody else in the group because of your level of commitment and the success that you were achieving. And so true. Yeah.
I think that's one of the beautiful aspects of the community, of doing the cleanse with a community where you meet regularly and you share regularly and
Hmm.
you get support on a regular basis.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, great, Greg. Well, thank you for your time today, and I appreciate your healing and life experience and everything that you shared here, and I'm sure it will be helpful to others as well. And look forward to more cleanses with you, and more experiences with you, and wish you a beautiful, peaceful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Maharishi. Thank you for the opportunity, and I wish you great success yourself and all the people who attend the cleanse.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate your authentic, loving heart.
Thank you.
Satnam. Waheguru.
Satnam.